Obstacles, Robert McKee will tell you, come in 3 different areas. They come from obstacles from within, inside of you, obstacles from fellow men, or creatures or gods or animals, depending on your universe, or from the world, natural disasters and so on, earthquakes and so on. Robert McKee says the best kind of conflicts include all 3 of them, where nature is working against you, man is working against you, and you yourself are working against you. I caution all of us not to fall into the trap of just inner conflict, because it's not terribly dramatizable. We in musical theater can open up the internal thoughts to a character who's having some doubts in a song, but it's one of those park and bark songs, where the character just sort of stands and then sings about his or her inner turmoil. It's inactive, it's inherently inactive. Park and bark. I just learned that term. That's the first time I've used it. But it's really good. It really defines that kind of moment. Just stand still and sing about your inner problems. I'm not suggesting you should avoid creating a character with inner problems, but you see how much more active it would be to put a person in his way, to, the guy's designing the boots. It's like, I don't know, I want to be a designer, but I don't know that I can. Is different from the character who says, I want so badly to be a designer and nobody will let me. The guy that is between me and success is deliberately thwarting me and stopping me and preventing me, and he burned down the leather factory and he cut up my supplies and he melted all my sequins. Ooh, we hate him. You'll discover if you actually look at Kinky Boots, the guy who designs boots doesn't really, really, really want to design boots. But I'm fixing that musical for them. Really wants it. I have some others in there. The quality of conflict. So is it hard for the individual? Here's a couple ways to make it harder. I've got 4 little dots here. Sacrifice. How much are they sacrificing? Can you make it be? They have to give up something of value to themselves in order to get what they want. Think of, say, Billy Elliot, who has to essentially give up his father in order to dance. That's a lot of self-sacrifice. He has to give up his dignity in order to dance. He has to, face his fellow boys. He has to, face that gnarly dance teacher. So he's got a whole world to do. He's going to lose his brothers, lose his father, his whole universe. Look at Mama Rose and Gypsy. What is she sacrifices everything. Her entire life is dedicated. The opposite of sacrifice might be reward. What reward is at the end of my journey here? Hamilton, for instance, has a really, really big reward. Running a new country doesn't really come that much bigger than that. The Kinky Boots, the shoe designer, is forging new universes and industries and new cultural consciousness. That's big. Those are big stakes for him. That's a big reward. Avenue Q, although they're puppets, and although the specificity of what do I do with my stupid BA, man, looking for purpose. If I can figure out what I want out of life, that's my reward. So sacrifice, reward. What's at stake if I fail? If I don't get what I want? And then I'm going to parallel that with what's at stake if I succeed. What's at stake if I fail? I've got 4 of these. Showboat. Showboat? That's not what I mean. I mean carousel. I mean, carousel. You know, these one-word titles, who knows one from the other? Carousel. What's at stake for Billy? He's gonna lose his daughter or son. That's big. If I fail, I'm gonna lose my daughter, my son. Fiddler on the Roof. I'm gonna lose all 5 of my daughters. I'm gonna lose my community. I'm gonna lose my world. These are big stakes. The Full Monty. I'm gonna lose custody of my son. I think Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, is the same thing. I'm gonna lose my son. Sons, daughters. Chorus line, what's at stake if I fail? That's different for each of the characters, but they all have something to lose if they don't get this job. Cassie's life is pretty much over if she doesn't get this job. The flip side, what's at stake if I succeed? For Sweeney Todd, justice, vengeance, peace, so he thinks. What's at stake for Grisabella and Katz? The Heaviside Layer. You ever been there? Don't knock it. Evita, big stakes if she succeeds. Then the quantity. We just talked about the quality of the conflict. Is it hard? Can you make it hard? Can you make the conflict hard on your character? The quantity of conflict. How much stuff can you throw at your character? Fiddler on the Roof. One after another, after another, after another, after another. That is really hard for Tevye. All in favor of Michael Sheffer as Tevye? Look at the quantity of conflict for the girls in Chicago. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. For Evita, it is trouble for Evita every step of the way. Look at funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. It's literally nothing but a series of obstacles. One after another after another. Urinetown, Wicked. These shows, once there's one obstacle overcome, they put up another one right after that, and another one right after that. The danger there is you wind up being just so episodic and you lose your through line, but that's overcomeable by having a really strong through line.